goes.
Wait. Fred, up to you. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Staten Island Comedy Show! We're going to have a great show for you tonight, so stay tuned. We have comedians. Freddie, we got a lot of comedians.
I know,
we got to get going.
We got great ones.
But you know what, Fred?
Since SNL is
gone.
Gone now.
But you know what, Fred? This guy, he's driving a tractor trailer, right?
Yeah.
And he gets pulled over by the police. And the cop says, "Oh, I got to check out your trailer in the back." And he goes in there and he finds his 50 penguins. So the guy says, "Okay." So the cop goes to the guy, the driver. "Listen, you can't have 50 penguins going around here and this and that. You got to bring them to the zoo." So the driver said, "Okay." Next day, the cop sees the truck again, and he looks in the back, and all of a sudden there's 50 penguins. So he said, I told you to bring these penguins to the zoo." He goes, "I did. They liked it. And today, we're going to the beach." They're going to the beach, Fred.
They're going to the beach.
They're going to the beach. Okay, Fred, we got a lot of comedians. We got to get going. Freddie Coscia, take it away. John, how you doing tonight?
I'm scared of him.
You scared?
I'm literally scared of him.
I'm a little deaf.
Cymbals gonna come flying at me, splintered drumsticks and something like that.
Good thing he has a glove on
We
this show.
can't control him. We can only seek to contain him.
Good thing he's got a Trump glove on.
Yeah.
So anyway, our first comedian, we got to get going. We got a lot of
Let's get
comedians
this
tonight.
thing going
Okay.
already tonight. It's
So
great
our
to be here.
first comedian is Walter.
Yes, Walter Gottlieb. Yes.
Walter Gottlieb, how you doing?
I'm great.
Okay, so Walter, where are you from?
I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland, so I only had to drive 10 hours to be
Silver
here.
Spring.
Thank you. Yeah.
And how long have you been doing
Take the
comedy?
ferry?
Yes, I took the ferry all the way up 95. Fred.
No ferry, right? No.
Okay. That's great. What was the question?
How long have you been doing comedy?
5 years.
Okay, and what made you get into comedy?
Wanted to do it for a long time, but didn't have the guts. Then I was riding my bike through the park one day in my 50s, and I thought of a joke. It had to do something with like the Virgin Mary and consent and the Me Too movement. And I'm like, let me do a newbie set at the club, and I did. I never told that joke though, ever.
Oh, okay, and where can people find you, on social media and stuff?
Sure, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Zillow. No, that's probably enough. Yeah.
Okay, and just look up your name.
Walter J. Gottlieb.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, all right, you got 5 minutes for us?
I do got 5 minutes.
Okay,
Okay.
Walter Gottlieb.
All right. Give it up for the Tommy Lee of Staten Island, everybody. Wow. Okay. He's banging on those skins and hung like a horse. Isn't that great? Yeah. I haven't spent a lot of time on Staten Island, honestly, in my life, but I have a friend, an old colleague, who taught me some Staten Island vocabulary. Things like, hey, you kiss your mother with that mouth? So I'm looking forward to using that. If there's an occasion, maybe there will be. I'm familiar with New York, though, because I went to NYU, Fresh Kills campus. Yeah. At the landfill. And I arrived, I'm gonna date myself, but I arrived in the early 80s, and it was right in the middle of the punk scene, and I was just a kid from Maryland, so I was kind of shocked. The purple hair, the spikes, the mohawks, the safety pins to the nose, and that was just the professors. So it was a little intimidating. So I'm this naive kid, I try to fit in. I tried to put a safety pin through this nose, but I couldn't find a big enough safety pin, because that's, yeah. So I probably don't have to tell you I'm a Jew, right, because of the nose. And I'm down with my identity. Like when I turned 50, I joined a Jewish biker gang. Got a motorcycle, joined a Jewish biker gang, and we didn't look super tough, but if anyone tried to mess with us, we would shank them with a matzah. It's like, you want a piece of this dry-ass cracker? Well, do you? Because I could literally break you off a piece, dude. Yeah. So I'm kind of a late bloomer in life. Like I got my bike when I was 50. I didn't get into comedy till later in my 50s. And y'all, I didn't get bar mitzvah till I was 46. Yeah, 46. That's old. And getting bar mitzvah when you're 46 is kind of like, I don't know, losing your virginity when you're 46. Like, you're like, I wish I'd done this a lot sooner with a lot fewer grown-ups watching. You know what I mean? And it's different when you're middle-aged and you get bar mitzvah. Like my Torah portion, my Bible portion, was from the book of colonoscopy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, chapter 45, verse, and every 3 years after. When I was done, the rabbi's like, good job, Walter, mazel tov. You, son, are a man now. I am? Okay. Cool, Rabbi, because it was weird being a 46-year-old boy with a bad back and sagging balls. That was weird. And if you think it's late that I got bar mitzvahed at 46, do you all know what a bris is? Yeah, the ritual that Jewish boys get. I didn't get that till Tuesday. I'm so sorry. Does anyone have ointment for me? Ointment's a middle-aged word, isn't it? It's so middle-aged. So I am middle-aged, but my parents still treat me like a freaking child. Y'all feel me? Like you think you're gonna grow out of that? You don't. My mom calls me 7 times a day to check up on me. 7 times, right? And I love her, and I wanna talk to her, but now when she calls, my smartphone says, scam likely. Thanks, Mom. Dad wasn't much better when I got that motorcycle. Guy calls me up. I'm 50. Calls me up and goes, you know, Walt, your mother and I have been talking it over, and we're against your riding that bike, son. But we also think you're old enough now to make your own decision. Old enough to make my own decision? Dude, I'm old enough for estate planning. What are you talking? Like, we just bought 2 cemetery plots on Staten Island, dude. But I decided to take the high road, and I thank my dad for respecting my, maturity and independence, and I asked him for $50 for gas, which he gave me. Thank you, Dad. And I'm gonna get out of here on this. I'm an empty nester now. My wife and I, the youngest, flew off to college in the fall, and that was sad, but sadness turned to something else. When we were cleaning out her room, and we found out that the baby bird that flew the nest had hidden enough alcohol to kill Zac Efron, okay? And half a bottle of Xanax. So what do you do, as progressive parents? Well, we called her over, we sat her down, we had a talk about honesty and trust and I'm kind of messing with you. We did tequila shots all night and split the Xanax. It was the best night ever. That's me. Thank you.
Wow, that was some act, huh? Hey, John.
Fantastic, right to the point. You
Yeah.
gave him the 1 minute. He hit the left on the high note. That was excellent.
Was it just like Newsmax?
Well, no, we do a little different there.
different
you know, we're not necessarily going for the comedic angle, you know,
right.
news, but
And you were at the DNC, right?
I was at
well,
the
no, at the
RNC,
Madison Square Garden.
I was
RNC.
at the MSG.
Right,
yeah.
MSG and RNC, right?
RNC, DNC.
Right, RNC.
All the same.
Right, it's all the same.
Anyway, so
that was some event at Madison Square Garden, right?
it was fantastic. There was as to me, a greater New York show was inside was outside. There was so many different types of people, and it was peaceful, and there were no incidents, and
That's great, right?
I thought it was a good New York occurrence.
Yes.
God bless
Okay,
America.
and we
you
have
go.
our next guest, right?
So next up is Nichole Spain, and first of all, Nichole, how about let's hear it for Nichole Spain. Where are you joining us in Staten Island from?
Dirty Delphia.
Dirty Delphia. All right.
I'm from Philly.
All right. I was at Renzuli's Twin Smoke Shop, cigar shop, on 9th on Sunday.
South
Actually,
Philly.
I was down in Philly, and nice little town, nice
Yeah.
little Italian portion going on over there. But Nichole, how long have you been doing the comedy routine?
Too long. 7.5 years.
Is that too long? Or?
Too long.
Too long, but it's not.
Feels like 70.
Oh, so you got the 7-year
enough.
itch?
Up and up.
Something like that, yeah.
So
Yeah.
the last comic said he was riding his bike in the park and a joke popped in his head. What is it that inspired you to start doing comedy?
I think growing up in urban America, I've always had like my own thoughts. I did a lot of pranks growing up. I grew up in foster care, so I was always having like my own imagination about different things, and we grew up in church. We went to church 8 days a week, and so I had to like entertain myself at church, and church just gave me a lot of comedy. And I'm not even religious, but I do a lot of pranks. That's
And,
what inspired me, pranks.
Cool. And where can people find you and stuff?
Instagram, Facebook, Christian Mingle, all that stuff.
Okay. All right, do you have 5 minutes for us?
I sure do.
Okay.
Let's make it happen.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm not gonna make this too long. I left my kids in the car. I cracked all 4 windows, so I'm a good mother. Judge your mom, okay? I had an interesting day today. At my job, I'm a school teacher. I've been teaching for 21 years. Thank you. I teach Algebra 1 and geometry. That's the only thing logical about me. Everything is emotional. Today, they actually gave me Teacher of the Year award. I was like, okay, I guess they didn't want me to resign, but I'm still confused because I've been cussing these kids out all semester long. Wash your ass, brush your teeth, be quiet, shut up, don't come to class, skip, don't read, shut up, do your work, stay out the hallways. They love the hallways. They have an addiction to the hallways. So I pulled some of my teacher power and we put hallway on their transcripts. We say meet the child with their strengths, you know. Because of this movement, the high school dropout rates have decreased. So I did something right, I did that. Thank you. Being a teacher is very interesting because we have this cell phone addiction. It's a rule, no cell phones, right? They all got smartphones and dumb. That was supposed to be funny. We had the rule, no cell phone. So Monday I saw a kid had his cell phone and he had his phone still open and I read it. And he was texting his girlfriend, I missed you to say in school, boo-boo. So I texted a little heifer back. I said, you missed graduation 4.5 years ago, boo-boo, send. They're not gonna fire me, they need me, it's Philly. So he runs over to me, Miss Spain, you always be tripping, yo. We're very familiar with each other. We've known each other all 7.5 years of his high school career. I'm like, I'm not tripping, my shoelaces are tied and my fallopian tubes, okay? I ran up here pretty fast. I lost a lot of weight. I used to be 300 pounds. Took me, thank you. It took me 10 years to lose 150 pounds. I literally weigh 150 pounds, thank you. And I'm at my lowest weight ever in my life. I'm at my birth weight. I think that's why my mother doesn't talk to me. I messed her up. I often get the question, how did you lose weight? You know, the dumb stuff, how did you lose weight? We know it's fitness and health, but for me, it's one thing, recession. A carton of eggs is $25, you know? So if you're getting fat in this season, I don't know what's going on. I actually treated myself to a full tank of gas before I got in here, you know? I used to be, we all have our sins. I used to be a thief. I used to steal a lot back in the day. And the way these prices are going, if these prices don't get back together, I'm gonna go back. 20 years clean, I'm gonna go back to being a thief. I also had another interesting thing that happened to me today. I actually had a date. Yeah, it's a little hard to get a date when you're almost 50, you know? It was a court date. At least somebody wanted to see me, you know. A little bit about myself. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, raised in Harlem. I've been adulting in Philadelphia. I belong in somebody's courtroom, you know. I often get the question what I did. I did a hit and run on a cop car, and I forgot that my license plate says Sugar Hips. Yeah. And when I go to court, I don't know if all the criminals, we just know to sit with each other, like in church. Anybody go to church? Like you just know, like all the deacons sit in one area where all the criminals just know we all messed our lives up, you know. And finally today, one of the guys approached me. I've been going to court for like 10 months straight. They haven't taken my case. My beautiful biracial sister. Yeah, that was my dad who was up here last. My mom is whole black. I just came out clear, you know. But the guy came up to me, my beautiful biracial sister. I see your beautiful rosy cheeks from across the courtroom. I'm like, bro, that's rosacea. That's the war being biracial. I have psoriasis and eczema. It's basically black and the white fighting over me. But the cellulite wins. Before I get out of here, you guys remember a song from Tony Braxton, 7 whole days and not a word from, yep, look, I see her. Well, it took me 7 whole hours to get these liquid pants for y'all. It took me a shift just for y'all. I wore these just for y'all, so thank you for clapping for me and my liquid pants. That's my time, y'all, thank you.
All right. That was good.
Fantastic.
Right.
was great.
Moving right along. We have Taury.
Seward.
Taury Seward. All right. And Taury, where you from?
I'm from Greenburgh, New York.
Greenburgh, New York. Cool,
I
cool.
didn't even know they had
How
Greenburgh, New York.
long have you been doing
Yeah.
comedy?
About 7 years.
Oh, okay, cool.
Almost
cool.
7.
Right. Well, what made you get into comedy?
Funny has saved me in a lot of different situations, so I figured, no, honestly, I like making people laugh.
Oh, okay.
No real reason other than I like making people laugh. I like the feeling I get from making people laugh.
Right. And comedy is a great distraction on what's going on in the world today, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, most of the great comics were sick or twisted or demented or, you know, evil. and dark.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess it's a
I guess
good
it's a
escape,
distraction,
you
right,
know, a
right.
good getaway. But
Right, right.
Well, it's
ultimately,
time for
they
some
wound
jolly.
up killing themselves on drugs or something. So, good luck with the career, Tori.
Thank you.
Keep making people laugh.
Okay. All right, Tori, where can people find you?
Everywhere. Social media, everything.
Facebook
YouTube,
and stuff?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or whatever it's called now. I don't really care.
Just your name.
Yeah, Taury. Taury.
Okay. All right.
Tori Seward.
Yeah, not R-I.
Okay. All right. You got it. All right. You got 5 minutes for us?
Yeah.
Hey, Tori Seward.
See, man, most comedians ask you how you doing. I don't, mainly because I don't care. Drove very long to be here, and there was no snacks. You know, the world, you know what's crazy to me? I know you probably can't tell from home, but I'm 6'6". This is a very annoying thing because people just feel the need to tell you their problems all the time and tell me how I should be living my life. Like, oh, you tall, you should be playing basketball, and I bet life is so enjoyable for you. It's not. Other than being tall and grabbing things up high, what other bonuses do I have in life? I'm tired of short people complaining all the time. Oh, you got it made. No, you got it made. You fit everywhere. What you talking about? Kidding me? You know what it feels like to try to get in a car at this height? Or a plane ride? Regular things? How about buying pants? Kidding me right now, man? Everything is just ridiculous in the world. People's worried about computers and AI. I'm like, why? I'm not worried about the algorithm at all. You know why I'm not worried about the algorithm? This is what happened. I started getting ads and stuff. Like, you know, you say, I need a pair of sneakers. And then all you get is ads for sneakers. For some reason, I just started getting all of these ads for healthy things, vitamins, B12, and all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm getting all these ads for this stuff, man. And then one day I realized when I was smoking weed in my car and I was coughing a lot, that the phone hears me, the algorithm thinks I'm sick. It's sending me all types of healthy things and stuff. See, that's why I'm not worried about AI. Because if it was smart, it would have been sending me ads for things I care about, like cookies and pies and muffins and whatnot. Things you want to eat when you're high. Why would you tell me about B12? It's not edible. Everything's ridiculous now, man. There's people coming out with crazy commercials that don't make no sense. I was watching a commercial for Clorox bleach. There's this white lady walking through a living room and kitchen talking about some Clorox bleach. I don't like my cleaners to smell all potpourri like. I just want them to clean. That's why Clorox bleach is used to clean up murder scenes and dysentery. I was like, murder? Whoa. If you want to talk about murder in a Clorox bleach commercial, here's how the commercial should go. It should be an all-black screen. And you just hear something dragging across the ground. You hear some keys jiggle and the trunk pop open. You hear something fall in the trunk. The camera comes on. It's a heavy-set Italian dude wearing a Hawaiian shirt for some reason. And he turns and he looks at the camera. He says, Clorox bleach, I haven't been caught yet. And he closes the trunk and that's the commercial. We out here wasting time, silly things like that, man. It's just too much for me to handle. Everybody's just silly now, man. Everybody's just ridiculous. We should be more silly. Like, think about silly things. I think about silly things all the time. Like, I love ham. Like, a lot. Like, I love ham so much to the point where if I couldn't afford it anymore, I'd break into your house and steal it. And the police would call, and the newspapers would call me the Hamburglar. See? Stupid joke, but it's fun. Get a little giggle out of you. Like, what fruit wants to get married on its wedding day? A cantaloupe. Stupid. What do you call a Mexican redneck? A Hispanic. You gotta be silly nowadays, man. Just gotta just laugh things off. You know what I'm saying? Make things better. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, we should change all children's music. We should erase it. Should we replace it with music done by a reggae artist? Because we should just sound better. Jack and Jill, up the hill, what they want, what they want, what they want. They want the water, they went up the hill to get the water. Round around, wheels on the bus go round and round. That'd be great. Your kids won't get no sleep, but you'll enjoy yourself. All right, man, I'm out of here. I'm Taury Seward. Peace.
right, we're moving right along, huh, John?
Fantastic show so far.
Okay,
Is Freddie
great.
gonna make it? You know what I mean?
I don't
feel like
know.
he's gonna blow a gas.
I know. Don't worry, we'll pick him up after the show.
Right. You had your heart
I'm
checked.
nervous.
Okay.
So Dana DiTrani is our next
Right.
one.
All right.
DiTrani,
Yes, thank
capital
you.
T.
Capital
Okay,
T.
yeah,
Thank you
D.
so
We
much.
got
I would have had it.
You would
Well,
have
I would have had it.
It's the
I
Italian
see
part.
the vowel at the end of the
Oh, okay,
name. I
so
get
that-
excited.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
perfect.
I get it.
I like that.
I understand.
So where are you joining us tonight from, Dana?
Well, originally, I'm from North Caldwell, New Jersey, which is a town of the Sopranos, so we'll keep with the Italian theme. But now I live in Nyack, New York, which is also quite lovely.
So Nyack, Greenberg, got a lot of traveling. A lot of traveling.
Diverse
Philly.
geological areas.
Great. How long have you been doing your act, refining your act, comedy?
Yeah, that's refining the act I like because I came back to comedy, so I've been doing it now for a good 6 years. Did some back in the day, and now I'm back.
So cumulative years, what would you say?
Cumulatively, let's say 20.
20 years.
Let's say
of comedy.
20-ish.
That's fantastic. I don't know if you saw this recently, but some really big comics came out against kind of woke and said that like if it affects comedy, then it affects literally society. Do you get scared with any of your jokes these days?
You know, you never know what your audience is going to be,
Right.
but it's still your perspective.
All right. Well, listen.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think
Depends on who your boss is, Johnny.
comedy. Yeah, if comedy's not part of public
If they pay you
discourse,
$10,000.
we're not. It's a big
It's
part of it. I think.
subjective.
Yeah, I think.
I'm afraid. No, I'm kidding.
I got a question for her.
It's your show.
What's the weirdest thing you ever seen in somebody else's house?
That's a funny question because in my day job, I do interior design. And once this man had 3 dogs that were jumping, and he said, well, you need to meet Ace. And I turned, and Ace was a miniature horse coming into the house.
Wow,
So
interesting.
that's
Horse.
pretty.
A horse.
A miniature horse. It was adorable
Nice.
and shocking.
What made you go from interior design to comedy, back to interior design, back to comedy?
Well, there's a lot of funny out there, and comedy might be better than therapy.
Doing interior design work in New Jersey is probably comedy in itself, right there. You probably
There's a
could write
lot.
a skit a day doing that.
see a lot.
Indeed.
Now, where can people find you?
People can find me at Dana D Comedy on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook too.
Okay, great.
Fantastic.
You got
Away
5
we
minutes
go.
for us? Here we
Away
go.
All right.
All right. That was a hard stop right there. Okay, cool. So good evening. It's great to be in Staten Island tonight. It really, really is. So much going on. There's so much going on. And there's one thing that I realized in my life right now, that I'm at a point in my life that I know it's going to be a good day when I draw my eyebrows on symmetrically correctly. It's tough to do. I can't see anymore. You got to do 2 of them. You need the arch, the darkness, the whole thing. It's very hard. It's very hard. You know, the whole diet thing, I'll tell you. They say you are what you eat. Well, if that is the case, then today I am a chunk of cheese, a Kit Kat, and pot stickers. That's what I am. Yesterday was a charcuterie board, which charcuterie in French means a lot of unhealthy crap on a platter. So that's what that means. They say to eat seeds. Eat seeds, they're French. Eat a lot of seeds. Eat a lot of seeds. They say to eat seeds. Eat pumpkin seeds? Maybe I should try that, because I tried the flax and the hemp and the chia. And you know what happened to me? I was doubled over with gas, and I had a ficus plant growing out of my ass. And I don't like the term muffin top. You know, when you gain a little weight, they call it a muffin top. I think that's me. I think the muffin top's the best part of a muffin. And I think they should call it a guardrail. I have a lot less attachment to a guardrail. Everyone's on Ozempic these days. Everyone's doing the Ozempic. I know, but you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a little bit of the 80s cocaine. It really does. You know, it's hip, curbs your appetite, and you have to get it from a dealer.
The only thing that's missing is the big hair, the shoulder pads, and doing it with a stranger at a club, you know? That's the only thing that's missing. They say to exercise, all right, you gotta find something that you like and that it doesn't feel like exercise. That's what they say. So they say to do yoga. I like it, I don't love it, I like it. But I love the way a body looks when a body does yoga. Do you know how much yoga you have to do to have a body that looks like it does yoga? That's a lot of bleeping yoga. That's a lot of yoga. They say that wine has properties that are healthy. Thank God. Thank God. It's got antioxidants, it's anti-inflammatory. I would even venture to say that Scotch has some properties that are health conscious. Yes, they are. Because my grandmother drank Scotch every day. Every day. She lived to 103.
Woo!
She was also evil and had no conscience. So I'm not sure what it was. I think it was a Scotch. I feel like it was a Scotch. I don't like getting old. I don't like the word old. Funny never gets old. Funny never gets old. That's cool. Yeah, but I like vintage, classic, retro. Feel a little bit more valuable and stylish and useful. But everyone's going crazy with these injections. They're going crazy. Like, have you seen Nicole Kidman? Have you seen Nicole Kidman? I mean, the lips and the foreheads are growing. The foreheads are growing. Her forehead is so big, she's screening her movies directly on her forehead. That is what she's. Yeah, it's hard, right? I know. I don't like it. You know, the celebrities are doing a facial, and it's from Japan, and the magic ingredient is the poop of a nightingale. And it's true. And yes, who knew that bird poop helps with crow's feet? See, it's weird. It's all like together. Speaking of poop, my doctor told me something that I never heard before, I guess because I'm getting older. You might have heard this. He told me that I had good bowel sounds. I said, thank you. I am also a good cook. But there are tactics and tricks. There are tactics and tricks that you have to do when you get older, right? It's like the art of diversion. The art of diversion. And, like women wear what's called a statement necklace. And the statement is, look at my necklace and not my aging turkey neck. You see, you gotta change like the eye level. Women wear something called body shapers, Fred. Women wear body shapers under their clothes. Did you know that? Yeah, you know what it is? It's an elastic tubular girdle that's half the size of your waist. And you have to get this thing on, and there's no entrance point. And you know what happens to the fat? It bubbles out your back, and you have like a big cyclops boob hanging out your back. Anyway, I'm Dana DiTrani. Thank you so much.
That was great, huh, John?
Excellent.
The show's moving right along, right?
For sure.
All right, cool. And our next comedian is Rich Duggan, right?
Correct.
Okay, Rich, how you doing?
I'm good.
And
Yourself?
where are you from?
Like Dana, I'm from Rockland County, Suffern.
Oh, cool,
That's
cool.
where the boot.
How many?
That's the boot, Rockland County, right? That's where the boot. No.
I think it's shaped like Texas, I think, more.
Oh, okay, all right. And how long you been doing comedy?
I've been doing it about 6 years, having taken a 25-year break when I did it in the 90s.
Oh, cool. Oh, wow, you had a big separation there.
I know.
That was a long one.
I was a civilian and raised a child and coached sports and, I had a regular life.
Okay, and what made you get into comedy?
I was a very, very shy kid, but I had this one friend, Scott Warren, that when we would party together on the weekends and drive to, these shindigs, he laughed at everything I was saying, and it stuck in my head because I was not overly, gregarious, fun-time guy. But for him, there was something about it, and it stuck in my head all my life. And one day I decided to.
He inspired you.
He inspired me.
Oh, cool. Now, where can people find you?
I produce a web series called NewJokeCity.com. That domain name is now worth $2,000.
Oh, wow.
FYI.
Wow, he's loaded, John. Heavy duty.
Play a couple of triples.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I'm also on Twitter and
Okay.
those kind of
Facebook
sites.
and stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
the one friend that was laughing at your jokes, who inspired you to get into comedy, are you happy with him now, or are you disappointed and wish he didn't laugh at you that one day?
He's passed away.
Okay. Hey.
How's that for a scene killer?
Oh well, things.
You misunderstood my question. You misunderstood my question. I meant like, are you happy?
Are you happy?
At this point that you were inspired to get into comedy?
Absolutely. I think about it all the time. I go by Richie Duggan, because he would call up and say, "Hey, Richie, baby, how you doing?"
Got it.
Okay.
And so in comedy, I picked up that E, Richie.
Okay, cool.
Beautiful.
Do you have 5 minutes for us?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Richie Duggan, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for coming out. I celebrated a wedding anniversary on Wednesday. I was married 27 years ago at 5 o'clock. And I've been divorced for 7 years. So it's traumatic. Yeah, it was my ex's decision to get divorced. It's kind of 60-40. She said to me one day, "You've have a very inconsistent job history. You've mismanaged the family money, and you flirted with my slut sister at a family wedding in the most egregious way possible. That the only way I'll forget it is when I die." Wow. This paraphrased what I said, but. And I said to her, "Patricia, do you think you're going through a stage where you're sweating the small stuff?" And that was the first of about 1.5 years nights that I slept in the basement on a dirty futon with a pee bucket. Those were the pee bucket years. And they're not coming back, Jerry. I have to channel Kramer when I think about that period of my life, because I picture Kramer in the early stages before he met Seinfeld. I picture him in a basement living for some reason. You know, I think that would make a funny little, maybe animated show, Kramer, the basement years. So when you get divorced in New York, they give you a premium subscription to Bumble. So I've been dating. Yeah, Bumble is a correct term for that. And I have a very, very bad age category, which is 55 till death. And, I don't really care if I meet anybody at this point. I just want to stop lying about liking to hike. One simple thing. Yeah, so older white dude. It's very, very broad category, but I've been also told that I resemble. A high school science teacher that got fired for snorting drugs with his students. I don't do drugs anymore. I did them all. And I you know, it's not for lack of trying. I mean, put it this way, your 2024 weed's like my 1996 heroin. That's all there is to it. And recently I took a THC gummy, and within an hour I thought my dog was plotting my own murder. I tried it again, and I thought there's going to be torture involved. I can't do them. I can't do them. Like I said, I've tried. So yeah, I would like to finish. This is inspired by the penguin joke. It's a stupid joke, but 3 pieces of string are going bar hopping. Okay. And just pieces of string. Use your imagination with your THC gummies. 3 pieces of string are going bar hopping. They go into one bar, and the bartender says, no, we don't serve strings in here, okay? And they leave. Then they go into a second bar, and there's a sign that says, we don't serve strings. Then they leave that bar, and before they go into a third bar, they tie themselves up together. And they go into the third bar, and the bartender says, hey, you guys are strings, right? And in unison, they all say, no, we're afraid not. Thank you, guys.
Okay, that was great.
Afraid not.
I'm afraid not.
I got it.
That's it. Yeah, that was a good one.
So we have Suzanne Linfante.
Linfante, Linfante.
You see, you needed an Italian co-host to pronounce some of these names.
Yeah,
I even got
so, yeah.
Taury Seward down, you know, with the Y and all that other. So, Suzanne, where did you come from tonight to join us in Staten Island?
Lawrence Harbor, New Jersey.
Lawrence
I'm from
Harbor.
Jersey, yeah.
Not too far.
Not too far. No.
Not too far
Not
at
too
all.
far at all. No.
So Dana DiTrani is
Yeah.
from originally from New Jersey.
Yeah.
And we got Greenberg from Suffern, and
Yeah.
we got from Philly coming up here. And
We're all over the place.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is a tri-state show.
It's like
right?
a melting
yeah.
pot. Yeah.
How long have you been doing your routine, working on your comedy act?
About 7 years or so. Yeah.
Okay. Is it working?
Some days. Some days not.
Well, it sure feels like the comics that have been up there so far have warmed up the crowd.
Yes. Yeah, they're all awesome.
Between the way Freddie's going to slam on the drums as you're walking up there and the work they've done, I think you're going to kill it tonight.
Well, thank you. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, where can people find where can people find you?
There's a liquor store by my house. That's usually where I am. I'm also on Instagram. And yeah, yeah.
That's what you're supposed to be doing, Fred.
Yeah. Instagram and Facebook. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you have 5 minutes for us?
I got 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay, Suzanne Linfante, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Wow. All right. You did good. Yeah. Hi. Thanks. So, so I like reading little life hacks. Like I read that sleeping in the nude has health benefits. I don't know if you knew this. Releases toxins from your body, gives you better body confidence. The day I read that, I was like, man, I got to try this tonight. Yeah, and they threw me right off that airplane. I have been banned for life from Spirit Airlines. Apparently, they're not Free Spirit Airlines. Yeah. So you guys familiar with the Nextdoor app? Yeah, it's an online community where you can chat with your neighbors, get local recommendations. But like 90% of the posts are like really petty complaints about neighbors, right? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. This one parked 2 inches over the line. This one never took down their Christmas lights. This one went speeding through the development, flipping people off. It's like they're trying to turn the whole town against me. It's sad. I hate grocery shopping because that self-checkout machine sounds exactly like my mother. Yeah, so I don't just hear, move your bananas to the bagging area. No, I also hear, remember, bananas make you constipated. Move your lean cuisine to the bagging area. Remember, if you knew how to cook, you might have a boyfriend. Move your chunky monkey ice cream to the bagging area. Please remove the last item. No! Remember, ice cream is no substitute for therapy. That's when the guy behind me said, move your breakdown to the parking lots. fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, so yeah, my parents, growing up, they always carried through on their threats. I don't know if anybody else's did, but like, my parents turned that car back around so many times. All 5 kids have a permanent tilt. All just like that. So I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple years ago, there was this thing called, what was it? Lockdown. Yeah. I don't know if you remember that or not. But one good thing about it, though, was that I finally had time to straighten up my house. I didn't do it. Nope. No, and it's more cluttered than ever now, I have to say. It's pretty embarrassing. You know, like I've started decorating with police tape. So that way if anyone drops in unexpectedly, I'm like, that just happened. The police said, don't touch anything. Yeah. But it's really a lot of clutter, like overwhelming clutter at this point. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a hoarder. I am an on-the-border hoarder. It's a disorder, yeah. So I've rented it out as an escape room. So far, nobody's gotten out. I don't know what's going on there. But I mean, there were other things about the pandemic. I know a lot of people, you know, spent a lot of quality time with other humans, right? A lot of quality time. And some of them came out of it so much closer to divorce. But for me, I had a little bit of a different experience with the pandemic. And actually, I'm going to tell you about it. I picked up a couple bad habits during pandemic. I don't know if anybody else did that. One of them is, well, I hate to tell you, but it's singing in public. Yeah, so I don't know how your pandemic went, but this is how mine went. I quarantined alone with nobody else in my home, and the mirror's reflection was my only connection, so I'm talking to myself. I'd always done it before. Now it's exponentially more. When I leave my home, forget I'm not alone, and I'm talking to myself. Oh, talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. In the grocery store, I'm too loud to ignore because I'm talking to myself. I pretend I'm on the phone. Both voices are my own. When the questions fly, I hear my own reply because I'm talking to myself. People wink because they think that I've sunk another drink. I could take the stance of talking to my plants, but I'm talking to myself. Oh, talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. If I keep up this way, they're gonna lock me away because I'm talking to myself. Thank you very much. I'm Suzanne Linfante.
We're really moving along.
Indeed.
Hey, John, you gonna do a few minutes?
Well, I never did this before, but I'm inspired.
Okay.
I learned tonight. Is this thing on? Okay, good. You're blasting the friggin' drum so loud I can't even hear myself, Fred. How are you, everyone? Never did stand-up comedy in my entire life. I'm a newscaster. Work for a Republican, conservative, right-wing channel, Newsmax TV. My name is John Tabacco. You all heard that already before tonight, and you can admit it. You're all sitting there wondering, is that really his name? Tabacco? That nickname? Stage name? Mob name? Sorry to disappoint you. And admit it. I know you were all thinking it. Like, is it really him? Sorry to disappoint. I'm not the cigarette man for the mob. No, that's not me. And honestly, I hate the whole friggin' Italian stereotype thing. It's garbage, if you ask me, you know. Imagine the Italian accent I got with the last name that I got. And you wouldn't believe it, but I'm half Irish. Okay?
Whoa, woo.
Proud of that. Thank you, Freddie. One side of my family, they're mixed. The other side of my family, Italian, all Guineas. They say, Johnny T, you're a guinea and you're a mick. I say, no, I'm a gimmick. That's what I am. So I feel like it's working so far. I never even thought of these jokes. But how much of it will you take with these outrageous drum solos? So yeah, you know, when you're a guinea from Staten Island, you know, you travel around the country, everybody just assumes you're like, must be in the mob, you know? And then your name's Johnny Tabacco. And, well, he's must be the mob guy. And then usually I hate stereotypes so much, I usually just wear like crazy pinstripe suits with like wild ties and stuff. And sometimes you gotta just go with it, you know? Hate the stereotype so much. Host a show on TV called Wise Guys. You know, I don't go with it or anything like that. But when I thought about one day maybe doing a comedy act, I came up with this idea that I work on Wall Street for a long time. I'm blessed, so I'm financially successful. And what I thought was I'm going to do it a little different than all the other comics, okay? I'm going to get up here on stage, and I'm going to put $500 on the line for the greatest fake laugher in the crowd. Now we're getting somewhere. Good. Couple you were eliminated already. I was like, there you go. Now you're thinking about it. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna edit out all where I'm saying I'm putting up $500 for the fake laughter, right? And I'm gonna make a Netflix trailer, okay? And whether I tell a joke or a good joke, the cutaways are gonna be everyone laughing as hard as they possibly can. Okay, you get it? You see where I'm going here? Okay. She wants the money. I can see it already. You're out. I can tell you have no shot. But yeah, I'm gonna take this tonight, okay, just so everyone knows, and it's your lucky night also, because while there are definitely some finalists for the winning fake laughter and stuff, I'm gonna make a Netflix special, and it's gonna be all of us, because we're all in on the joke. So when you're leaving, leave your emails with my assistant there, and then when I cut it together, we're all gonna keep the secret that I was paying you to fake laugh, okay? But when I go up to Netflix with my Sizzler, they call it the Sizzler, right? We're gonna have a Sizzler reel or something. We're gonna go in there. Everybody's got a reel, a Sizzler or something going around. None of your Sizzlers are ever getting anywhere. The only way to do it is pay the friggin' audience to make like they're laughing at your jokes, and then you go into Netflix and trick them into thinking you could tell jokes in the world, but you tell them better than anybody else. And for God's sake, the people laughed at every joke.
That's the best bottom feed I ever heard.
It's the best bottom feeder?
That's great.
I don't even know what that means. I'm trying my best. That's the best I got for you tonight. You guys are pros, great comics. I tried this for the first time tonight. I'm John Tabacco. God bless you. Thank you.
Great set
How
there.
did I do it, right?
All right, yeah.
I
Woo.
literally never did that before, ever.
Right.
I said to him, maybe I'll try it. I don't know. I'm scared to try it, but you guys inspired me. You're funny.
Okay, that's the end of the show, John.
Wow.
And thank you very much for co-hosting with me, helping me out.
So much fun.
And Freddie, we have sponsors, right? AJC.
Advisors.
They'll advise you.
Italy.
D Bagel and Deli.
Bagel Daily.
Oriental Plaza. Who got the Chinese food for us tonight? Oriental Plaza? Oriental Plaza?
Cabinets,
Signature.
Signature Kitchens. I was going to say Kitchen Taury.
And Freddie, You gonna roll us out so we could?
I'm gonna roll everything out.
Okay, Freddie Coscia, take us out. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
The barrels.
Right.